A word that really changed me from Patrick Bet-David was urgency. Ask yourself, what do you need to say to yourself to make the life that you've came here to make?
Look how they made their journey and what made them successful, and how maybe you can learn something from them and incorporate it into your own life.
Totally. You can look at them with like jealousy or envy, or you can take the lessons from their life.
Reach out to them, see what they've got to say, and take advice and inspiration from the people around you that do inspire you.
Welcome to the Next Level podcast with me, Gareth Collins. Today we have Mac. Thank you for coming, Mac.
Cheers
Really
for having me
appreciate
down.
you showing up,
Yeah,
man.
cheers for inviting me down. This is great to be here.
My-
First, professional podcast. I'm excited.
My absolute pleasure, Mac. I look forward to getting to know you.
Yeah, man.
Love. So tell me about your childhood.
Childhood. Okay, interesting. So I come from a small town in England, but actually, Wombourne.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Not
it's a
far from me. Wombourne.
yeah,
Like Starbridge.
yeah. It's
got it.
just down the road.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, like it's my school, my childhood. Like I was in a really small school. Like I think there was only like 10 people in my primary school,
Okay.
and then I went to high school in Kimber, which is a bit different. But childhood, I went on a fair few holidays, did a fair bit of traveling around with my family. Went to America a bunch of times, went to Spain, around Europe. Had a pretty good childhood. I didn't have
Yeah.
any complaints really. I just enjoyed playing video games and Pokemon and PlayStation.
Probably I'm like literally like about 5 miles
Yeah,
away from like
yeah,
where I grew up. Well, spent most of my adult life in Starbridge.
yeah. Which
Mac,
is like,
Kimber, about 5 miles away.
yeah, literally crazy. I couldn't believe it when you
Yeah.
said before.
Yeah. Great. So tell me about some of like your challenges of growing up, and just some of your obstacles that you faced growing up.
hmm Obstacles. I was never really that sporty, really. Do you know what I mean? A lot of other people were better than me at some things. I was better at playing Call of Duty, stuff like that. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean?
What was your kill to death ratio?
Oh god, it depends what game. It was at least 1.50.
Okay.
Yeah, hitting 2 sometimes, but
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what was some of like your like lessons that you would like to that you learnt most from like growing up? And what are some of the things that you wish you would have known or like implemented earlier on in life?
Well, that's interesting question because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in life. So I wasn't really sure what sort of lessons that I needed to be learning, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I always knew that I just wanted to keep going traveling, keep going on holidays. I was just like in my head, I'll work for a little bit, save up a bit of money, have a holiday, work for a bit, save up a little bit of money, have a holiday. And it was sort of just that process.
What work?
So when I finished school, well, when I was still working at school, I worked with my dad doing construction. He's got his own building business. I did that for a few years on and off. And then when I came out of school, I worked in like a DVD shop, a record store, selling like, Blu-rays and games and stuff. I did that for a year or two. And then I went into bar work then. I worked at Weatherspoons at Merry Hill
Yeah.
for about a year or two. That was okay. That was like my first bar job.
Yeah.
After that, worked in an American barbecue smokehouse.
Sorry, I'm not disrespecting it because I'm laughing. I'm like laughing because I know exactly.
Where
I
it
was
is.
there about a week ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Literally.
Yeah, and then I was working in a barbecue smokehouse, and then I went traveling to
What?
Hickories.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a brilliant restaurant. That's one of my favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times
It's nice,
on my
isn't it?
birthday. I remember. Beautiful place, franchise.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
Top.
then after that, I went traveling to Australia for a year. Then I realised, like, I want to keep traveling or stay. Not that I wanted to stay out of England. I just enjoyed going somewhere
Getting
else.
about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I went back home after that, and then just saved up a lot of money, put a plan together, and then hit the road.
Brilliant. So, can you explain to me like that? I don't know if you had it or not, but I had a lot of it. Like I was on the bins, like a
Mm.
bin man for
Mhm.
like 4 or 5 years of my life, and that it was painful. Like getting out the van and
Yeah.
just doing the general work when
Yeah.
my mind is saying have a lot more potential in myself, and there's
Mm.
something in me waiting to
Yeah.
like explode.
I know what you
When's it going to happen? when when am I going to
Yeah.
make something of myself?
Yeah. I get I know the feeling you mean because I used to work with my dad. My dad, you know, his dad was a builder and his dad was a builder, and he was always like, "Come on, you're gonna take over this business." I was like, "Oh, I don't mind doing it, like put the graft in, but like in the back of my head, I was like, I don't want to be a builder, like for
Yeah,
God's sake, like, do you know what I mean?" And
totally.
like working with my dad, like waking up in the morning, he'd flick the light on in my room. He's like, "Come on," I'm like, "For God's sake!" And like that was a bit of a pain. Do you know what I mean? Like early cold
Yeah.
mornings and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know, just save up a bit more money, like
Mm,
keep pushing.
got yeah. So you've
Mm.
always had that hunger for travel, and
Yeah, definitely.
I totally understand that. So what was the click of like you said, right? No,
Well, I
I've
think,
had enough.
yeah,
Like this is not for me.
I think I was ready to go traveling just before COVID happened, or I was saving up around, and then that happened, and I was like, now I'm like annoyed, and then I was like stuck on in my room watching YouTube, like all
Uh,
these like guys that were here, and I was like, That's it now." Like when the gates open, like I'm going, and
yes.
it just built up over time watching these YouTubers. But then I was like, I'd like to give that a go. So I started like while I was like waiting around, I started looking into it. I took like a YouTube course, and that only
Nice.
like inspired me further to want to just get out there and start, you know,
Doing the
d-
building the life that you came here to build.
exactly, yeah.
So what was the difference between the Mac that stayed in your job
Mm,
still now
mm,
at Hickory's or a pub or
mm.
wherever to the Mac that made the change that is here right now?
Yeah. Well, the difference is it just came to a point where I was just like, I'm getting older now, and a lot of my friends was having kids, getting houses, getting in relationships. I only had one semi-serious relationship when I was about 19, and all my other mates were like getting girlfriends and stuff. And I was just like, I wasn't ready to do that. I was
Mm,
like, no way am I spending all this money on a house. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't see myself going down that path so quickly. Like,
yeah,
and there's a lot of people around me doing that, and I was like,
you just
that
wasn't ready to
that
settle
seemed
down.
like way more overwhelming than like going to the other side of the world on my own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like you had a calling and
Mm,
you listened to that calling.
mm,
But like obviously, like a lot of the world doesn't listen to
yeah.
that calling, doesn't listen to like their what they really want to do.
Mm,
You know. So what sort of advice would you give the person that is wherever in the world now
mm-hmm,
that wants to improve their life,
yeah.
but something inside them just isn't allowing them to
Something
take
stopping
that
them.
dive?
A bit of advice, maybe don't listen to the people around you because the people around you are going to try and tell you what they want you to do for their benefit. And this might be your friends or your family. Your family might, some of your family might be encouraging, but at the same time, they might not want you to go. Like,
Yeah,
you're their baby boy or baby
yeah.
girl. And then some of your friends back home, they're like, they might be secretly a bit jealous and saying, "Oh,
Mm.
you're really going to do that?" And it's like, well, yeah, like just stand on your own 2 feet and you know, bite the bullet if you're thinking about it. I know it's a big thing to chase your dreams, and I just I hope like this can get the message across to some people in some way.
A word that really changed me from Patrick Bet David was urgency.
Mm,
Urgency. Now, ask yourself, what do you need to say to yourself to make the life that you've came here to make? Whether
mm-hmm,
it's like I put out a video at the start of the year that I'm going to live this next 12 months like it's my last 12 months on the planet.
I think I saw that.
You with
Yeah.
me? That sparks urgency, enthusiasm to make the most out of every moment,
Mm.
every opportunity I've got.
Mhm.
You know, so ask yourself, what do you need to do to bring out your best self on a daily? Another thing that I like to share with, especially my clients, is that joy of Christmas Day,
Mhm.
the joy and the enthusiasm of New Year's Day. Why can't you bring that into every day?
Yeah.
Why do you need a day to say, right, this day we're going to really appreciate, we're going to make the most of the family
Mm.
and the joy
Mm.
and just grab life?
Yeah. Everyone's gonna make the most of that day, but why can't you act like that every other day?
There you go.
Mm.
Yes. While we're talking about it, Mac, is there any like philosophy or any like positive programming that you have to share with the world, like I've just gave?
Positive programming. I don't know. Like I seem to create all my own sort of train of thoughts, and personally, I think my train of thoughts work well for me. But like when I try and tell people, like, I'm not sure everyone reads like the way I'm thinking that's going to benefit them. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I think it's very like my train of thoughts are more personalized to me. I don't know if that sounds weird. I don't think people could relate so much, but yeah.
Can we try?
I don't know, man. Can you ask the question again?
Yep. So, what sort of like gems
Mm.
that or like epiphany moments
Mm-hmm.
that have stuck with you that motivate you still now?
Yeah. I think meeting people who really inspired me to get on my journey, like other YouTubers for me, like who are
Mm.
way more bigger than me, and like getting the chance to meet them and hear what they've got to say and messaging them and reaching out to people that really inspired me before I started traveling. That's what like really gave me a confidence boost. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. So, and me as well.
Mm,
Like, have people that you look up to
mm.
that have the life that you desire.
Yeah, reach out to them. Like, yeah, like I know it's not easy. Like people like superstars or football players. It's not easy to reach out to these people. But
Mm.
if there's anyone out there, it could be a family friend or anyone that
Yeah,
inspires you. Reach out to them and see what they've got to say, and take advice and inspiration from the people around you that do inspire you.
totally.
Mm,
And even if you don't want to reach out or you reach out and they don't message you back, ask yourself, how much are you like studying these people's lives?
mm-hmm,
If someone out there has a life that you aspire to have,
mm-hmm,
though that's your teacher, they
mm-hmm.
have the life that you
Yeah,
desire.
that's right.
So, like, study them and let them be your teacher and
Mm-hmm.
like look at following the things.
Yeah, look how they made their journey and what made them successful, and how maybe you can learn something from them and incorporate it into your own life.
Totally.
Mm.
So, like, you can look at them like with like jealousy or envy, or you can look at it as a positive light and you can take the lessons
Mm-hmm.
from their life. Yeah,
Exactly.
certainly. How old are you now, Mac?
I'm 30 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been in Thailand?
Just over 2 years.
I
Mm.
mean, I came literally, like, I think it was the 20th of January 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I came here because my businesses went down and I just
Mm.
needed to get out and start afresh.
Do something new.
Exactly. So just remind me, your reason of coming to Thailand was
Was just I wanted to adventure basically, and just go traveling.
mm,
Just and I wanted to do YouTube. Like I knew like I wanted to do YouTube and do it in Thailand. That before I came out here. Like I started in Birmingham Airport. Like day one, I was like, right, let's go. Like that was another reason I wanted to go traveling, to
yeah.
make videos, because I was enjoying making videos in England. I did some like music videos and just messing around with my
Mm,
friends. I was like, it'd be really good to like go to another country and make videos. I was like, that's what I want to do. Like that's what I think. Yeah.
and you done it.
Mm.
Well done to you, Mac. Absolute credit to you. So, what are some of the biggest obstacles you've faced in the past last 2 years from
Mm.
starting your YouTube channel?
What, with YouTube or just in Thailand?
Just in general.
In general,
Yeah.
biggest obstacles. Um, it's hard. Like living in Pattaya, you do have a lot of temptation here, and it's hard to say no to people, especially like when you start meeting a lot of people, going out drinking and stuff like
Mm.
that.
A lot of distractions. Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of distractions. And when I first came traveling and come to Thailand, I didn't have any distractions. I didn't know anyone in this country. I knew
Yeah.
like a couple of YouTubers, and it was very easy for me to just go at my own pace then. But
Yeah.
now it's like, I get a lot of messages, and like I have a lot of friends, and people come back here. They're like, "Oh, let's go for drinks." That's like the biggest challenge I'm at now, because I don't want to be, a bad guy and start saying like, "No, like, I don't want to see you," when I'm meant to be your friend and stuff, and
Mm.
it just looks bad. So at the moment, that's the biggest challenges, like for
Got
me.
ya. How are some of the practices that keep you on track?
Keep what practices that keep me on track. Well, for
Yes.
me, it's like I've got to make the videos. It's like no video, no money. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's like if I don't choose to make a video that day, it's like taking a day off. It's like calling in sick back home. It's like so. That's what keeps me on track, basically.
Yes. Explain to me what it's like when you call in sick on your dream job. This is your dream job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful. We're both doing our dream job.
What it's like when you're calling sick. I try and get all the little bits done. If I do call in sick, or well, just not do anything that day, I try and, like, I don't know, clean the room, get some shopping done, shave, shower, go get groceries, do all the other like minimal stuff. I can still progress through my day, not just sit on the sofa all day.
Well,
I've always got to be doing something. Like,
yeah, beautiful. And just like what sort of like planning do you have in place?
what for videos or just
Just
in
general life,
general life
really.
planning? Uh, so like I've started to like I'm still doing my YouTube, but I've started to build another course now called My Life in Asia. So a lot of my
Okay.
recent planning over the last couple of months has gone into that,
Yeah.
and we're actually doing a podcast ourselves,
Mm.
and yeah, there's a course being built, and we're also flying someone out to Thailand
Oh, beautiful.
for a free holiday,
I've been considering doing that also. So
flights, hotel, and
yeah,
a week spending money, £500,
beautiful.
and
How are you gonna give that away?
so when we release our newsletter, everyone that signs up for the newsletter will
Yeah.
be automatically entered into the draw.
Beautiful. Do you want to plug your YouTube channel and
Yeah,
however they can get
so
involved?
if anyone is interested in getting a free holiday trip to Thailand, £500 spending money, flights and hotel, more information will be released on this, but you can subscribe to my YouTube channel now, Mac TV, Travel, Learn, Inspire, or you can join the Mac TV network. There's links in the description, and all the latest updates are posted in there also.
Brilliant. And I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and do the same very soon when I get someone to help me run my YouTube channel. Or I can just do it on my own. Who knows? Or a bit of both.
If you need a hand, just let me know.
I definitely do, Mac. Thank you.
No worries.
Beautiful. Lovely. Really appreciate that. So tell me about like your perfect day.
Perfect
How
day.
is your perfect day
Yeah.
scheduled out? This is one of the exercises. If you work with me,
Yeah.
this is one of the things I pass on to my clients. How does your ideal / perfect day look?
Yeah.
What time do you go to sleep? What time do you wake up in the morning?
Yeah, that's a good question. My perfect day is just I wake up when my body's ready to wake up. My
Beautiful.
perfect day is I've already posted a video yesterday, so the pressure's off. Do you know what I mean?
Scheduled.
Yeah, like I've done my work yesterday. The pressure, because usually when I post a video, I've got a day or two to just do what I want, sort of thing. Do you know
Yep,
what I mean?
yep, yep.
So if I posted a video the day before, I wake up when I want, go and have breakfast, maybe go to Witherspoons, full
Yep.
English, something like that.
Sorry, one more question. What's your ratio of posting the video the day before and being ahead of schedule?
I try and post 2 videos a week, and maybe 1 live stream. It can be any. It just depends what day it falls on.
Oh, okay, got you. So you're shooting for 3 a week.
Yeah, I aim for, yeah.
Beautiful.
If I could do more, I'd do more, but it's physically impossible. But
I hear you.
yeah,
Have you considered hiring anyone else to
Yeah, I
help?
have looked into it. Something I might do further down the line,
Mm,
but I don't know. You've probably seen my videos. The editing's a bit like crazy, like a bit different to.
yeah,
I think I would struggle trying to find someone, and I think it could just take just as much time. Me saying, "No, I want it like this. I want it like this," and
yeah.
I feel like just like do it myself.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
What sort of how many followers you on that now at YouTube?
Uh, like nearly 38,000, or
Got
yeah,
yeah.
I should be in 38,000 by like next tomorrow or the day after.
So what sort of amount of followers would like you think like right now I definitely need a hand?
Um, it just depends. Like, it doesn't really matter how many followers you have. There's this
Mm,
big misconception about subscribers. People think like, oh, the more subscribers you have, the more money you make. But it all
yeah.
comes down to views and how much content you actually
Mm,
put out there.
mm.
But in terms of like when I need someone giving me a hand, like if I carry on going on this trajectory of doing YouTube as well as setting up this course and this other business,
Ah,
if I'm spreading myself out too thin, getting involved in new businesses, then I might look at
outsource.
outsourcing. Yeah.
Got yeah. So just out of interest, on an average day,
Hmm.
how many messages do you get on Instagram?
Uh, I'm not that active on Instagram. I try and
Mm.
keep Instagram separate to my life on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
So I feel like I put a lot of my life on YouTube, and I like some what's the word?
And
Anonymity.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
that
like to
word.
keep some sort of private life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we're talking about emails and comments and all
Ah,
that, like I could get like 5, 10 emails a day sometimes if I've
yeah.
just posted a video, or more if I've done a live stream, and then like yeah, it could be like 15, 20 a
Mm,
day on an average day, for,
mm,
like collectively Facebook and everything, maybe more sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. What's been your greatest moment from running your YouTube channel?
Greatest moment. What really makes me happy is like when I'm just out, like going about my day in the afternoon, and then someone's like, "Hey, seen your videos." I'm like, that
Yes.
that that feels good, man. That really
Yeah.
feels good. Gives
That
you like a boost. You know what
yeah,
I
it's
mean?
that recognition
Mm.
for all your hard work.
Especially like when they say things like, "Oh, I'm here because of you. I love your videos. Like,
Boom.
I've come here." Like, oh, and you can see like they're really like happy to
Yes.
meet you, because like I know that feeling, because like I met YouTubers when I was coming up, and I was like fucking shell shocked. You know what I mean? I was like,
Mm.
oh, it's you. Like, I love you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and
I
now,
watch you every day.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
that feeling. It's
Beautiful.
that feeling. Yeah. So I know how they're feeling, and it feels good for like both of us.
Yeah. It's basically it's a face-to-face review.
Yeah.
It's face-to-face review.
Mm.
Beautiful. That feeling, yes. Is that's more valuable than the cash, isn't it?
You could say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but cash helps.
Yeah, totally, totally. But it's just longer lasting. The
Mm,
cash comes in and comes out, you know what I
mhm,
mean? Fluctuates, but that those moments stay with you forever. You
definitely.
know, so you can always go back into your memory bank and go, wow,
Mm,
I remember that and I can relive that.
mhm.
Um, one example of like, I don't know if I mentioned that I ran a Caribbean food business for 4 years,
Okay.
along with an events business. It
Mhm,
didn't work out, but there was this a couple of nights and it was absolutely full, 500 people, a Barry Salmond tribute night,
mm,
and it went great. And then at the end of the night, I was on my own, and like I just threw down the wad of money on the table, and I got yes. Fuck it.
yeah.
But like the money's great, but
Mm,
it's that sense of like
rela
accomplishment
yeah.
that like no matter what, even if it doesn't work out now, like that night will stay with me forever.
Yeah.
You know, sense of achievement, sense of just being proud of yourself in
Yeah.
it.
Like you've done something good.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Looking around at the place and just seeing everyone dancing,
Mm,
having a great time.
mm,
You know what I mean? Priceless.
yeah.
Hunt out those moments in life.
Mhm.
Yes. So do you have any like self-development exercises that you've incorporated into your life, Mac?
Self-development. At at this point in my life, I feel like I'm I know there's always room for improvement.
Mm,
Um, Maybe I need some self-developments in some areas, and I should look into it.
okay,
But
no time like the present. Go on.
I don't currently. I feel like I'm that bloody busy,
Yeah.
and I've got that much going on. I don't have time to try and self-develop.
Got ya.
But I don't know. Like sometimes I get angry really quickly and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and
Beautiful.
get frustrated with the people quickly, and I feel like sometimes I need to take a step back,
Yeah.
especially like if I'm out in public or doing something,
Mm.
being on YouTube, I need to be respectable. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
And
So
I find that difficult sometimes because I feel like I want to act in a certain way, and I'm like, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean?
totally.
Yeah.
So let me share with you some of the exercises that have helped me.
Mm. Yeah, I was
So
going to
like,
ask you about some of this stuff. So.
yeah, I've done jail. I've done a year in jail for fighting.
Mm.
Like I've grown up as a rogue. Like, do you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
didn't really care about much
Mhm.
apart from having fun and fighting. Really like.
Mm.
Um, so like some of the exercises that I pass on to my clients and that have worked with me is just the more time you put in front of a trigger,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like getting hit. Yeah, you've been triggered,
Mhm.
and the more space you can put in between it,
The better.
the more like you see a bird's eye view, and the
Mm.
more it lightens
Mm.
down and it settles. Meditating,
Mhm.
massive one.
Mhm.
So you got to think that like just to sit here,
Mhm.
like your mind, imagine like you've got a monkey mind and it's
Yeah.
going everywhere. Do you know what I mean? The more you can just sit here and like be aware of here and now, and
Mhm.
when your thoughts run away,
Mhm.
don't go, oh, I should be focusing now.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Just touch it lightly with a feather and come back to your breathing
Yeah.
and being here. One I've read this, finished this book yesterday, A New Earth. So the one thing I took from it, the main thing is pain bodies.
Pain bodies.
Pain bodies, yeah. So pain bodies and ego is along the same
Mhm.
thing. So imagine you have a gremlin
Mm.
inside of you. This is the trigger. This is the pain body.
Mm.
Okay. There can be anything. So one of mine, a softer one, would be like my dad was always pretty much late to like bring me to like karate or like school. He was
Mhm.
always late. I don't say always, but 80-90% of the time it
Mm.
is late for me. So like one of my pain bodies, looking back at it now, that like when I have a date with someone or like my girlfriend says like, we got this plan, I'll say to her, meet me at this time,
Yeah.
and they don't,
Oh.
they're
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes late and they're not answering their phone.
Mm.
Oh my God,
Makes you
you,
angry.
I wasn't aware,
Mm.
but from doing the inside work,
Mhm.
you with me? I can catch that. I can catch that and go,
Mhm.
that struck a nerve with me.
Mhm.
That's my pain body.
Mm.
And I can,
So once you're aware that it's there, you can sort of next time something happens, be like before you do, send yourself off, like you're aware of that thing,
exactly.
take
And
a
it's
step back.
just about being aware. If you're not aware of it,
Yeah.
you're reacting, you jump into it.
Mhm.
And just noticing it and actually welcoming it,
Yeah.
asking yourself, what is this here to teach me?
Mhm.
Thank you for coming, because this pain, this
Mhm.
frustration is here to teach me a lesson.
Mm.
Thank you. Great. And the more you can be aware of that pain body, that gremlin inside you,
Mhm. Use it as like a benefit to you.
will deplete.
Mhm.
The more you keep looking at it, will deplete.
Mhm.
For an example, so countries can have pain bodies.
Mhm.
You with me?
I think so.
Germany, races
Mhm.
can have pain bodies. Do you know what I mean? For an example, safe through slavery, yeah, people can hold onto pain bodies of their ancestors going through slavery.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like a grudge sort of thing.
victimization.
Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so you can hold onto that pain body and keep feeding that pain body.
Mhm.
Yeah, or you can let it go.
Mhm.
And say,
Understand.
right, that that situation isn't serving me.
Mhm.
You with me? So what do I want to do with it? Do I want to keep letting it eat at me, or
Mm.
do I want to
It's not benefiting you,
let it go?
basically, is it?
Exactly,
So,
exactly. But if you're not aware of that you just keep looking at it as like something that's controlling you.
It's like it's coming at
It's
you, but like you
controlling.
said, looking at it from a bird's eye view, you understand it for what it is then.
And just basically asking yourself, how is this helping my life? How much space am I allowing this to eat up in me? You with me?
I know exactly what you mean.
Because the goal of anger and frustration, like, it's not really. I would think now, how many times has anger and frustration,
It's funny
like, on a
because
ratio?
I was in McDonald's last night and I fucking shouted at this guy and I was like, you know what? I can't wait to talk to you about some of this stuff on this podcast.
Oh,
And I
beautiful.
was like, yeah, like this is what I needed to hear.
Beautiful. Go share. Let's do some trauma bonding. This is what we do on the Next Level podcast. We do trauma.
He just got me angry and I shouted. So
yeah.
And
Beautiful.
afterwards I thought, nah, it's not good.
Brilliant. So you've noticed it, you're aware of it. And again, when that happens in the future, you go,
I'll be looking at it from down here.
And just test yourself with when something triggers you, just doing nothing. Just nothing. Allow it to wash through you. So imagine jumping on a horse. This horse is frustration. Okay, we're riding it. How long do you want to ride it?
Yeah.
Okay, no, carry on riding it. It turns into anger, turns into rage.
Like it gets like more momentum.
Yeah. So be aware, allow it to simmer down, and take control, and know that you're the jockey. It's your responsibility. It's your frustration. It's your pain, buddy. So it's up to you how long you allow it to ride you instead of.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Beautiful. Tell me about traveling in Thailand and where have you been? And
I've been. I could just list it off, or I'll try and. So I flew into Bangkok, Pattaya, Koh Chang, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Udon Thani, Khon Kaen, Phuket, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Phangan, and Hua Hin.
Is there any more cities in Thailand?
And I actually went on a big road trip all the way, like up to Chiang Mai, down to Hua Hin and through Bangkok. So I passed a bunch of places on the way as well. But like I've been pretty much everywhere.
Beautiful. What other countries have you been to that compare to Thailand?
What compare? I've been to quite a few countries, but none of them feel like Thailand to me. Even like Laos, I've been to, that didn't feel so much like Thailand. They're all good. They're all good in their own way. I love America for the theme parks and the food. I love Australia for like the long road trips and the beaches and stuff like that. And then there's a few places I still want to go to, but I like different places for different reasons.
Yeah. See, Thailand, like the atmosphere, the value for money, and just the general vibe, the freedom. Yeah, it's number one for me. It's number one so far. So far, like I went to Japan and like the vibe was like just not very timid. The people. So the only place that the next best place I would choose would be Vietnam. I really like Vietnam. I really like the culture. Really like the culture. I've only been to Hanoi, but yeah, where would you choose?
I do want to check out Vietnam. I do want to check out Japan and Korea, and then after that, I did want to go South America, but I didn't want to go there on my own. I think it's good to go there with some friends. You know what I mean? If I had a group of friends, I'd go.
Yeah, and that's another thing about Thailand. Like, I've been here for 2 years, and like it is so much safer. And like you go out in England, there's always a scrap.
Yeah,
give or take. There's always
like I definitely feel safer walking around Bangkok in the middle of the night than Birmingham. Do you know
exactly. What I mean? And the people at home wouldn't believe that. They probably think we're talking out of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's that's just the programming for some reason that they've brought into, but it's feels like one of the safest places.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. What are some of the other like pros, the great things about Thailand?
Great things about Thailand. It depends if you're living here or on a holiday, but some of the great things is, yeah, you've got the freedom. I'm trying to think of something that's not obvious. 'Cause usually when someone asks me this, I'm like, yeah, you got the freedom, you got the food, the nightlife. Some of the other great things is, it's just like for me, it's just a change from the norm, and the ability of being able to just go to a different part of Thailand and just, if I was like in England and I was like go to Manchester and then I go to Birmingham, it still feels like I'm in England. But it feels like
Yeah.
if I go to Chiang Mai and then I go to Phuket or Koh Phi Phi, it feels like, the difference of these beautiful islands and those like mountains up there
Mm,
is such a contrast. Whereas
mm,
like other places just seem like pretty flat.
mm.
Do you know what I mean?
A couple of the things that spring to my mind is like there's no really like judgment or like
Mm.
racism or
Yeah, you can be who
like
you want.
prejudice. Do
Yeah, you can be who
you
you
know?
want here.
There's so much like so friendly and
Mm.
pleasant to be here.
Mhm.
Um, and also massages.
Yeah.
Mass like it's like 10
I
times.
I do love getting my back cracked, when they just do all the Thai
Yeah, oh,
massage
my
stuff.
favorite is when like you're sitting in like a cross-legged position and they get the elbows.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it feels good.
heaven to me.
Like in England, like and like if you want to go for a massage in England, like you pay like stupid price. You go here,
Yeah,
it's so cheap and it's so accessible, just like outside your door. Like, oh, just go and pay like 300 baht, get my back cracked in the morning. Like you'd
yeah.
never be able to do that so easy, like in another country.
Unless you got a full bank account.
Pretty much, yeah.
Totally. So the standard of living that you
Mhm.
can get here
Mhm.
compared to Western
It's
countries.
everything's just so
Food,
easy here. Don't
food,
you
yeah,
think? Like,
yeah, yeah.
whatever
Just
you
a
want to do, it's easy. Like,
mm,
I think obviously if you've got
mm,
the money and the freedom, like
yeah.
that's how I feel.
Where else in Thailand would you live if Pattaya wasn't a
Hmm.
all go?
Um, the other place that I like Bangkok. That's cool. I wouldn't mind living there, but I like Koh Phangan. Have you
I
been there?
love Koh Phangan.
I love it
Yes,
there. Like I've been to all of the islands, and that one's my favorite. I think it's got parties there all throughout the week. There's always something going on.
full moon party.
Yeah, yeah, I prefer the half moon
Oh,
party.
really?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because it's more of like an event, and they've got like better sounding, better lighting. They've got world class DJs,
Oh, okay.
and it's like, yeah, it's like full moon party. It's like 200 baht on the beach. Every man and his dog goes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
it's just complete like carnage. But it's like more of like an event in the
Oh,
in
okay.
the in the mountain for the
More of
half
a
moon.
niche,
Yeah,
closer
and the
vibe.
music's a bit different.
Got yeah. Did you go to the jungle party as well?
Yeah, the jungle parties
Yeah.
are cool. Yeah.
I went. That was my like on my first trip. I went to Koh Tao,
Mhm.
Koh Phangan,
Mhm.
Chiang Mai,
Mhm.
Pattaya, Bangkok, and that like just took my heart away. Coming
Yeah.
back from Koh Phangan or Koh Tao, I was on the train tearing up, like
Yeah.
not of like I'm really gonna miss this place, or I just felt so touched
Mm.
with the
It's like the energy of the place.
appreciation as
Yeah.
well, like for life and like the
Yeah.
opportunities and the like the more opportunities we have in
Mhm.
England, but we don't appreciate them sort of thing
Mm.
compared to here. I just felt so rejuvenated.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do. Yeah. If I did live somewhere else or I had the chance to, I'd maybe consider there. But it's really awkward because now I've like started YouTube here. It sort of limits me in a way
Oh, okay.
because like I, I couldn't go over to Copenhagen and keep making a load of cool videos because a lot of my audience now. I've sort of like funneled myself here. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
In a way.
mm.
So I've got the opportunity to go on holidays and stuff, but in terms of relocating, I've sort of made it more difficult for myself. Could maybe go Bangkok or Bang Sarai. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Do you ever ask your followers like, what do you want to see me do?
I've asked that, yeah, on like live streams and stuff, but
Yeah.
so get some decent answers, but it's always so varied, and I sort of got an understanding now of what my audience wants. And big part of YouTube is like understanding your audience and being able to give
Mm,
them what they want to see time and time again.
yeah.
So I sort of know, like you sort of have an idea of what they want anyway before you even need to ask them because you how your other videos have done in the past. if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
What's like what's like your North Star, or like your grandiose like goal with your life and
Mm,
YouTube in general?
that's a good question. Like goals I want, really, I just want a nicer condo, like with bigger, or I might like, like one of them small villas with the pools they've got
Mm.
like on the down in Jomtien or something, like
Yeah, yeah,
something a bit bigger and a bit nicer with like a bike and I don't know, a cat, and being able to just go on holidays more free. Go back to Koh Phangan every couple of months, not like
yeah.
every 6 months. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm pretty content right now, to be honest. I'm not
Beautiful,
far off, but just
beautiful.
being able to have a bit more space, a bit more money, and a bit more time for myself.
Mm.
That's what I want.
Going back to the traveling, what's like some of the main things you have taken from traveling?
Like taken with me.
Yes. What have you learned from traveling?
I think I did have a good saying in my head. Let me try and remember what it was. You've got to have gratitude. You've got to be grateful for what you do have. Have gratitude in everything. Um,
Mm.
because if you're grateful for what you do have, it doesn't matter like sort of what you don't have, and you've
Yeah.
always feels like you've got something that you can hold on to. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Mm.
Reminds me about the wildfires in LA.
Mhm.
Like there's a older guy, and I guess it was his daughter, and she said, "We've lost everything,"
Mm.
and like massive sympathy in that. But you have never lost everything.
Mm.
You cannot ever lose everything until you have literally you're 6 feet under.
Until you're dead. Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
So that's just as soon as she said it, I was like, no, you're wrong.
Mhm.
You have still got your old body. Have all your working limbs.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? But what the world is like, it's like it's when you lose everything outside,
Mhm.
you're fucked.
Mm.
Because like they put so much importance on the outside
Mhm.
instead of looking in and
What we
appreciating, as you just said, what you have.
Mhm.
What
I
you
know
have.
what you mean. Like people are too caught up in like materialistic stuff and forget about like what stuff hits home really.
Mm. And like who is in control of your own happiness.
Mhm.
Certainly. So like in the next like few years, 3, 4, 5 years, how do you vision your life going?
Um Hopefully I'm still in Thailand or traveling around in and out of Thailand. I do want to go home and see my family. I was thinking about going home this Christmas because I haven't been
Yes.
back yet.
Is that 2 years
Um,
you've been traveling in
yeah.
Thailand? Yeah.
Mhm.
I went back a month ago.
Mm.
Yeah, so I've just come back.
Yeah, so I do want to head back to England at some point.
Mm.
Say hello to my family and my friends because that's really I still speak to them on the phone, but it's not the same. So I do want to
Yeah.
make a journey home. And how do I see myself? Like I said before, just a nice little beach villa, like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and a cat and a studio. That's what I want. I want a studio, like where
Yes.
I can go in a room, have all my setup there,
Yes.
and just in a zone.
Good to
Like, do you know
go.
what I mean? Something like soundproof, just like this, like
Yeah.
where I can go in there and have my space to work. Because at the moment, I'm like editing on the bed, I'm on the sofa, wires everywhere, and I'm just like, I just want a space. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to work towards now.
Totally. I'm confident we can make that happen.
I hope so.
If you could send a message to your older self,
Mm-hmm.
younger self,
Younger self.
send a message to your younger self,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
Um, just send a message to my younger self. Just tell myself to keep doing what you're doing and don't listen to you know people around you that are telling you otherwise, and stay confident, believe in yourself, stuff
Mm,
like that.
mm, totally. Okay, so let us get into a meditation. We're going to do a meditation, Mac.
Oh, we.
Okay,
Oh,
yes, indeed.
oh my God. I,
Have you ever meditated
I have.
before?
I have actually.
Have you?
Not for a while though.
Tell me about how you meditated previously.
I think me and my friends were just trying it. Like it just came up, and yeah, just like trying to see. There's different types of meditation, and it depends how
Yes.
deep you want to go. But like, yeah, just like go into your third eye, let it all peel back, and
Yeah.
relax and stuff like that. You probably know more than me.
Okay. So as you mentioned earlier on about you want to look at improving like your self-control and your
Mhm.
anger.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll consider that while we're doing the meditation.
Mhm.
Okay. So get comfortable with where you are.
Okay.
If
Interesting.
you need to stretch out or feel like stretching out,
Mhm.
go for it. Brace yourself to feel relaxed.
Yep.
Appreciate that you woke up today.
Mhm.
Appreciate that we are here
Definitely.
right now. Appreciate we can smile. Appreciate our consciousness. And in 3 deep breaths, in through your nose
Mm.
and out through your mouth.
Mhm.
If it's good with you, close your eyes. If not, no stress. And anytime throughout the meditation, if your mind wanders off, don't be frustrated with it. Just simply touch it and go,
Mhm.
ah, come back to your breathing
Mhm.
and the here and now.
Mhm.
Okay. Really feel the sensation of your inhale and exhale. Give yourself credit, give yourself a high five for taking this time out of your day to focus on your self development, your future self, to feel relaxed. And if you haven't tried this before, simply to try something new in your life. Aim to turn off any muscle from the top of your head down to your toes that is holding any stiffness and tension. So scan through your facial muscles, your chest, your arms, your legs. Now focus in on your hands. Feel the alertness in your hands. Feel the aliveness in your hands. Feel the love in your hands. Now move that alertness into your feet. Feel the enthusiasm, the power, the control you have in your feet. Appreciate it. Give thanks to those senses right there in your feet. Now feel the awareness in your consciousness. Feel the control of your awareness and consciousness. That is you. You are awareness. You are consciousness. You aren't your emotions. You aren't your thinking. You are the witness of your thinking and your emotions. You aren't sadness. You aren't anger. You aren't frustration. You aren't your thoughts. You are the awareness of your thoughts and emotions. Let that sink in for a few short moments. And feel a sense of your awareness rising. Give thanks to it. Give love to it and appreciation. You are alive. Feel the aliveness in your body, in your mind, in your heart, and in all of your limbs. Give thanks to it all. Give thanks to your senses, your eyesight, your hearing, your touch. Give thanks to your whole body. Now, moving on to the main part of the meditation, which will revolve around self-control. Paint a picture of yourself in a stable of horses. And all of these horses are different emotions that spring up all through your day, all through your life. Visualize yourself jumping on one of these horses, noticing this is frustration. This horse is full of frustration. Don't panic. Allow it to wash through you. Welcome it. Welcome the frustration. Ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? And allow, whenever possible, to jump off frustration. Ask yourself again, how is this serving me? Be aware. Then another horse you jump on. Self-doubt. Ask yourself, how is this serving me? And in your own time, if you would like, jump off whenever you're ready. No panic, no mad rush. Allow all the emotions you feel throughout the day to wash through you. Appreciate them, welcome them, be thankful for them. This means you are alive and aware. No need to run away. Accept them, and allow them to wash through you. So, for a few moments now, paint your own picture of whatever emotions that you're currently struggling with. To wash through you. Whatever holds you back from living the life you came here to live. Fear, drifting, anger, lack of appreciation, hesitation. Visualize yourself jumping on that horse, taking the lesson from it, moving on. Now you go into a stable, another stable, full of horses once again, but these horses are the emotions that serve you. Appreciation, love, care for your body, care for the people around you, care for the world, enthusiasm, gratitude, all of that. Visualize yourself once again jumping on these horses, whatever horse you feel like. Enthusiasm, humor, joy. Jump on that horse, appreciate it, give thanks to it, love it. And know that you can feel like this as often as you want. If you want to ride joy all day long, you can ride joy all day long. If you want to ride the emotion of appreciation for all day long, for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, it's up to you. You are in control. You are that jockey. Now, coming to the end of the practice, recap. Recap from the start of the meditation to where you are now. And anything that really resonated with you, hold on to it and take it with you for as long as you deem fit. And again, give yourself credit for taking this time out of your day to watch this podcast that revolves around self-development and building a better you and us. Even if you're as interested that much, you're here. Give yourself credit for taking part in the meditation and holding your concentration throughout. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose. Inhale all of the higher vibrations inside you and exhale all of the lower vibrations inside you. Enthusiasm, joy, peace, appreciation, doubt, lack of self-control, hesitation, fear. Finally, bring your hands to cover your eyes. And in 3 seconds or whenever you're ready, blink your eyes open to reveal the new and wonderful world we live in. Yes!
That was pretty good. I feel good.
Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure. That was one of the best meditations I've done
Really.
so far.
I felt
Really,
it.
really
I
enjoyed
felt
that.
getting on that horse of
really-
enjoyment. I felt it like.
Really,
like,
I was
woo!
in a state of flow.
That was good.
It was coming straight from
hmm
me heart. So yes. Tell me more about how that was for you.
You pictured it really good. Like, I felt like when you're saying about the horses, about the negative ones, the negative emotions, I was like, it was like, I was like, calm down, calm down. That's what it
Aware.
felt like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Breathe, yeah.
get off.
Yeah. No panic. No panic. Yeah.
And then I got on the enlightened one. I was like, I felt it in my stomach. I was like, it's good. Like, woo. Like a cowboy.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending this time with me, Mac. It's
No.
been an absolute pleasure
Thank
and a
you,
joy.
man.
My absolute pleasure. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what we can do in the future, and I look forward to working with you some more.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Brilliant.
Cheers for having me down.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank
again,
you,
Mac.
brother.
Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
Love. Thank you for watching, guys. Love.